Okay, so I remembered last night that there is something that I forgot to mention to you all, and that was one of my appointments at Covenant Hospital just in Saginaw. So the reason that we went there was because it was a referral from the pediatrician. I had some blood work done and they wanted me to get an EKG just to check my heart and make sure it was okay. And this was directly after Thanksgiving, so I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, so sorry about that. And so when we got to the hospital, we checked in, and when I was getting my EKG done, the lady said to my mom and dad, she needs to go to the emergency room. And mom and dad were just like, what? Like, what's going on? And so when we got into the emergency room, we checked in and did all that good stuff. And when I was sitting in the hospital bed, I read that my heart rate was 37 and my glucose levels were 39. And that alone, that should have scared the crap out of me. Like, that really should have scared me. And it didn't. Like, I went home that same night and I exercised in my bedroom, you know. So, just something to kind of mention to you guys, or how I mentioned to you guys before, is that it's like the devil and the angel thing on your shoulder. So, the angel is Elena and the devil's the eating disorder. So, me, Elena, knew that I was in trouble and those numbers were not good and I should be scared and I should really want to eat. But eating disorder Elena was very, happy. As wrong as that sounds, really happy to see those numbers. And that's kind of just how the eating disorder at this point was really strong, starting to really take me over at this point. And that's also another reason why my mom and dad had increased my calories to 2,000, was because they were really scared, and they honestly they didn't know what else to do, because I was not being compliant with eating and I was just angry all the time. I told them I hated them and I was just angry. But that anger was the eating disorder coming out. That wasn't me. And I remember the doctor, when she came in, she kind of just talked to me. And, she asked me a lot of questions. And one of them was like, do you get bullied at school? Which is a lot of reason, is a reason why a lot of young girls have or can develop an eating disorder, is from bullying. It's no, I've actually never been really bullied before. I'm not bullied. What are you talking about? But I just remember her looking at me and telling me before she left, honey, I really need you to eat. And I don't know, that's just something I remembered from her specifically. And so, all right, flash forward to January now, 2017. So after Christmas was over, I was pretty much like, all right, Christmas is done. I don't have any holidays to really look forward to that I need to make sure they're fantastical and great. So I relapsed. And I relapsed very bad. It was worse than the first time. My eating disorder was really strong, which was in November. Because I had kind of started to get a little bit better in December. But then once Christmas was over, I relapsed and I got a lot worse. And, of course, this was sometime in January, I had another pediatrician appointment, of course. And she was just talking to my mom and, asking questions, because I refused to talk. I was like, I am not talking to you. I don't want to be here. So I kind of tried to be as difficult as I possibly could, because I just wanted to go home and get out of it, exercise a little bit, got to get that in. And, she's she has her paper, she's writing stuff down, she's filling it out, And something I vividly remember was her writing on the bottom of the little report type paper, anorexia nervosa, and she circled it. And I like about lost my marbles over that. I got in the car and I just vented to my mom. I literally flipped out. I was like, there is no way I have anorexia nervosa. I don't know what she's talking about, even though she's a doctor. And like, she's wrong. She's wrong. There is no way. She's crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That is not me. Somebody like me, just a stereotypical girl in high school, does not get an eating disorder. That's not me. That kind of stuff doesn't happen to me. And I was in huge denial about it. Like, I didn't see myself as having that. And my poor mother had to deal with me being extremely, just a jerk, honestly, all of the time. And so that car ride home was a little rough. And so actually, she had referred us to the University of Michigan, C.S. Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor. Because at this point, it's like, she's not listening. She's not doing what her parents are doing. She needs help from professionals in this type of mental illness. So I'll talk about my first trip there in a second. So going to February 4th, that was my grandma's birthday, and we went out to eat at Olive Garden, and that was pretty terrible, not gonna lie. I got the lowest calorie dinner on the menu, which was like salmon and broccoli or something like that. And I refused to eat any breadsticks because, I'm not running. That's too many carbs, way too many calories in one breadstick. Like, that's all you get. So I was like, that's a rip-off for your calories. So, that did not go well because we got home and Mom's like, you need to eat more. And I was like, I don't need to eat more. That was dinner. Sorry, you're out of luck. So we argued about that quite a bit. Okay, so, and then we're going to February 7th. I had a doctor's appointment at the University of Michigan, C.S. Mott Children's Hospital. So I woke up, and I didn't go to school that day at all, because Ann Arbor is about an hour and 45 minutes from here. So I had my first appointment there, which was kind of like the interview to see if you get, like, accepted into the clinic. And I had lunch there. Like, I ate lunch in front of a couple of people, and they just kind of talked to my mom and dad and asked them questions about me, like about my eating and all of that type of stuff. And there's like a lot of paperwork they filled out. Like, I wasn't involved in a lot of it. Like, I sat in the waiting room fuming. And so kind of like my biggest portion of involvement in that trip was eating lunch in front of them, which it felt kind of awkward, not gonna lie, because they were just like staring at you eating, and it was a little bit weird. But yeah, that's how that appointment went. And then, so that was February. Nothing else really happened in February other than I just, kept doing what I was doing my way, and I still kept slowly declining and going down. And yeah, so there will be another video.